Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. What's going on, good peoples? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to another live episode of Millionaire Man Cave, right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Because y'all could have chose to be with anywhere else. Y'all could have chose to watch anything else, but y'all chose to be right here. Ain't nothing on TV anyway. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Millionaire Man Cave, right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their mama to tell their cousin to tell their uncle and their brother too to tune in to Millionaire Man Cave. This is y'all sneak peek behind the closed doors of a man cave where y'all actually get real men talking about real issues, real things, relationships, hot topics, word to the wise, what's going on Black Twitter, what you're drinking on, what you're smoking on, and everything else in between. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all got questions, comments, concerns, make sure y'all put them in the chat. This is a live show. We couldn't do this show without y'all. So make sure y'all put y'all's comments, y'all's questions, all that good stuff in the chat. I had somebody call me earlier about a topic they want me to address on the show tonight. So I'll get to it a little bit later after I do this because I couldn't do the show without the fellas that's on the screen with me right about now. So I appreciate these fellas for tuning in and actually being here each and every week as well. As always, my brother from another mother, Millionaire Mike is in the building with us. What's going on, Mike?
Yeah. Let's get high fives from everybody.
Exactly.
All right, yeah. I feel like I'm LeBron James before the getting swept.
That's actually what somebody asked me to bring up tonight, but I'll let you talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll come to that later. But yeah, no, I'm doing all right, man. Doing real well. Ready for another Tuesday night. You know, this is my weekly outlet to hang out with the fellas for a little bit. You know, get my little drink on or whatever, and I'm chilling, man.
Gotcha. All right, appreciate you, Mike, in the building, straight out of the DMV. We were just having this whole conversation about who's actually from the DMV and who's not. We didn't know that one of these guys, that guy, ain't even originally from the DMV. No.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah.
But his love of go-go, I guess, puts him there. Nah, he is. But straight out of the DMV, as always, in the building, Mr. Reasonable is in the building tonight. What's going on down there? How you feeling tonight, bro?
I'm feeling tired. Saying now, I'm good, man. You know, I'm chilling.
Got you. Donnell, I think we done seen every ceiling in your house. Like in your kitchen, we've seen the ceiling in your man cave area. Like we done seen like every angle ceiling in your house.
Hey man, tiny homes, you know. That's where it's at.
You got is that a surround sound speaker back there in the corner?
Nah, yes, it is.
Gotcha.
Are you downstairs in the theater?
The theater.
Theater room.
I am not.
Gotcha.
Tiny homes don't have theaters.
That's what they say. You call it a tiny home, but to us,
right. I ain't putting that man on blast.
So when I did live back home, when I did live back in the DMV, we actually did go over somebody's house, and they actually really had a real life theater in their house.
I've seen it.
Marlboro, and I was like, "Yo,
I've seen it." They actually throwing a bunch of them houses up off Pennsylvania Avenue that way.
Really?
Like, yeah, there's a area over there. They're building all these houses like outside the Beltway off Pennsylvania Avenue. I went in and looked at some of the houses. I mean, it was nice. It was nice. Right. They was like right on top of each other though. I was like, yo, these houses, I could smell what the person is ate for breakfast.
What they asking for.
I could hear their thoughts. I could remember. It was like, it might have been like 700 at the time. But they probably up by now.
Gotcha. Yeah. Also out of the DMV, he already talking about homes in the Pennsylvania area, Maryland side of the.
That's because he's looking.
Yep.
Kind
of big.
Okay.
Big bucks. Mr. PC is in the building. John, what's going on with you, John?
Chilling like a villain. You know what I'm saying? I
call him Mr. BB.
I look. I can't. Right now, we're about to go into a recession, folks. Hey. I'm about to stay where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna stay right in my house, right here.
I don't blame you.
But no, I'm good. I'm good. You know, my wife made an observation the other day. Just so y'all aware, she said that I didn't used to drink.
Oh
as much. And now I only drink once a week. Okay, so
Well then, hey, what's the problem then?
well, that's more than I used to drink apparently. So,
and every Tuesday night he go to bed drunk.
Hey,
I fall asleep on the couch after the show. I'm like,
Unless he clapping some cheeks every Tuesday night.
that's what I was about to say down there. Exactly. What's going on, Ashton? You trying to come on the podcast someday? Hit us up so we can know what you're talking about. You know, we always got guests on. Hit us up at info@re-tv.net. info@re-tv.net. And we'll see about bringing you. We always got guests. This is just fellas talking about what we talk about. So hit us up, let us know what's going on. Hit us, matter of fact, or join us on the Facebook group. We got a Facebook group called Millionaire Man Cave on Facebook as well. Millionaire Man Cave.
Unless you're like
Facebook.
15 years old.
Yeah, then we gotta reevaluate some things, But
I'm just playing. I was just messing.
It seemed like your picture seemed to look like you a little bit older than that. But appreciate you for tuning in. If y'all are actually, matter of fact, if y'all are on LinkedIn, y'all can watch via LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, watch on the website, retv.net. Y'all actually can watch on the app. Y'all can watch on Roku. Make sure you download the Roku app, all those good things. So, if
we
you
are
just
also streaming on the Daddy Confessions YouTube page right now.
And we are also streaming on the Daddy's Confessions YouTube page.
Word.
That's what's up. So, yes, for those who don't know, that guy right there has a podcast called Daddy Confessions. So make sure y'all check that out as well. I don't know when he sends them out, so I really can't put that out there.
Neither do I. I don't know when he sends them out either. And
yeah, make sure y'all check out Daddy's Confessions.
It's whenever he feel like it.
Yeah, it's not on RATV, so free shameless plug for Daddy's Confessions. But let's get into word to the wise. What we got for word to the wise tonight, Donnell? What we talking about?
Quick.
Yeah,
I got you. So, word to the wise, fellas, real quick, fellas. Have you ever told a female to do something and they do nothing that you tell them to do? Listen, they will look at a TikTok and be like, I saw this on TikTok. Ladies. Let me tell you something. Your TikTok video is not life. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand that, man. You be like, something you done seen on social media? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Nah, I mean, there are a lot of people who take social media as life. They believe so. What you say, I ain't gonna lie. There are certain stuff on social media. I ain't gonna lie, Donnell. It's certain stuff you gotta be like, yo, does that shit work for real?
Yo,
let me go try that.
Yo, I just saw something that I am going to try because I'm a fat person and I like Oreo cookies. Okay, they said that if you put sour cream, which I do not love, okay, on Oreo cookies, it tastes like cheesecake. And I was like, happy day.
Sour cream on an Oreo cookie tastes like cheesecake?
Probably just a little bit, maybe just a little bit of sour cream.
I am willing to
not
try
like a spoonful.
My wife loves sour cream, so there's always sour cream in the house. But I'm about to try it as soon as I get some Oreo cookies. So
sour cream. What's going on, P?
What's up, P?
Sour cream. Hey, P is a chef. P, an amateur chef. You ever put sour cream on an Oreo cookie, P, and does it taste like cheesecake? It tastes like throw up. It seems like it tastes like throw up to me. But no, so you ain't never scroll. You don't never scroll through like TikTok or Instagram Reels and be like, "Yo, did that work?"
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen like all different types of videos. Like even like when people be giving out like facts. Like, how do we know they facts? You know what I mean? Because the TikTok video said it is.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
Very true.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying 110%. I'm just saying that every now and then I find something, I'll be like, oh shit, that
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of it is entertaining. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, if you told your lady or female friend, you know what I'm saying, a beer gets colder if you put it in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? The same girl that see like a daggone gadget, like a wine gadget, you know what I'm saying? They be like, well, it get cooler in this. I'm like, whatever.
Go ahead, Mike.
They do have a lot of real stuff though on TikTok. So I'm not going to say it's all just social media hype, but there are a lot of what they call them hacks. they have a lot of TikTok or hacks on TikTok.
Life hacks, right?
Yeah.
I get that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
so answer me this based off what you're saying, Donnell, because I'm with you. But how would you feel if you told your wife, like you said, beer gets cold? Let's say you said, you know what? She asked about how does the beer get cold? You said, put it in the freezer. It'll get there like 10, 15 minutes quicker than da 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 da. And she yet went behind your back and asked somebody else, like she asked her brother or her dad, like, yo, how to make a beer cold. I'm trying to make a beer cold. Now, after you done already told her how to do it, she done went and still went to go ask another dude. Like, how would you feel then?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel valued at that point.
Yeah. but even worse than that,
Right.
if you say it and you get her like being real negative about, no, that ain't how that work, and then she hear from somebody else, and all of a sudden it's like, well,
Yes.
of course that works. Like it's like that's
like,
just as bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I said that before.
I've been married for 20 years. I've had both happen. I will admit, there was earlier in the marriage, but I have had them both happen.
I feel like that's how my kids do things too. They be like,
I'm about to start using TikTok. See how that work out.
All you got to do is make up a fake account and have it have her subscribe to it, and then put all the stuff on it.
That's too much work, John. That's entirely
all the stuff that you wanted to do.
You put it on there.
In the freezer. It gets colder that way.
Yeah, you just put it on the TikTok. Put it on the TikToks.
Yo, why do all people put the in front of stuff like that?
Yeah.
The TikTok, the Facebook,
Put it on the
Instagram.
TikToks.
Put it on the TikTok and let it go ahead and do what it do. That is hilarious to me. Yo, let's go ahead and hit up this first set of commercials so we can get into our hot topics and our what's Black Twitter talking about this week. So, commercial.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
Tuesdays, 8 p.m. right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. We appreciate y'all for tuning in because y'all could have chose to be anywhere else. The game ain't started yet, so don't even think about switching over there to TNT because it ain't started yet. And ain't nothing else on TV. Everything is on hiatus, and then ain't nothing else coming back, period, because of the writer's strike. So y'all might as well watch RETV. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. So go ahead and tell your friends, and tell your friends, and tell your mama and them to watch RETV too.
Wait, the slap championships of the world ain't on right now.
Yo, that is crazy. I can't watch the slap championships. Like you just sit there and randomly watch somebody wind up and just whack it.
Nah, they do be slapping the horse shit out of each other. On that.
Yeah, they really do.
They really get up like
you catch it with the palm.
Yeah, them dudes be falling down. I be like, yo, why would you let somebody stand there and smack you like that? I don't care how much money is involved.
It's a sport.
How is that a sport? How? Like
you about as defenseless. But you're about as defenseless as you could possibly be in anything.
But
when you just stand there with your hands behind your back.
You can fuck up somebody's eardrum, their jawline, they give them concuss. Like why would you do it? Like anyway.
That's why they put stuff in their ears.
Wait till you see them on pay-per-view.
Right. I be on that joint like this. I be like, woo.
Right. Yo,
them joints be vicious though, dog.
Yo, it was one dude actually, he had never gotten hit because he had a streak of knocking people out. And then so he got hit one good time and his ass was out like a light. Out like a light.
Wow.
Nope. Couldn't be me because I'd be ready to fight. Speaking of championship, before we get into our Black Twitter topics for the night, y'all watching the NBA series at all?
I watched the game last night. And I slept well afterwards.
I
don't know, man. I don't know why I hate on LeBron like that. I think it's because everybody be talking about that he is the greatest of all time and that, he can't do no wrong, even though his Space Jam movie was booty. I don't know, but it just feels like I don't want him to win. Like this, I
have the same issue with LeBron that I had with Cowboy fans, right? I don't think I would not care as much if their fans weren't such assholes.
Yeah,
you can't say nothing wrong about LeBron James.
Right. You
can't get hyped off the fact that, like John said, he slept good last night because LeBron James going home to his family for the rest of the season.
Right.
Like you can't say that to certain LA fans. LA fans be like, "Oh, you talk about LeBron James." So my man called me earlier today. Donnell called me. When Donnell called me, I was actually on the phone with this dude. He was like, "Yo, why do LeBron James fans act like he paying them money? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is the whole big thing about LeBron James?" And he was happy he took that L. Sorry, not sorry. You and me both. Like, what is it with like LeBron James fans and Dallas Cowboy fans? Like, why they act like their teams or do shit just don't think?
Right. Now, are we talking LeBron fans or are we talking Laker fans? Because I'm a LeBron fan and I'm not like that at all.
But because they are both. There are Laker fans who are LeBron fans. They get into a debate with them on whether or not Jordan's better than LeBron or Kobe's better than LeBron. Since we talk about Lakers, and they have all conniptions like LeBron shit don't stink. Like LeBron can never do no harm. Like it was the two different eras of basketball. And at the end of the day, did we fight like this over like Jordan when Jordan was playing?
Nope.
I don't know. Nope. I don't know. Between Jordan and Dr. J or Wilt, I don't know.
I don't think people compared people like that to MJ. I mean, they just, those guys were great in their own right, in their own time, at their own positions, right? Like, but for the position that he played, he not only feels for the position that he played, but for the what he did for basketball, the way he changed the game,
Nike.
So everything that he did, it changed the game of basketball, right?
Yeah,
and
he was a game changer.
Yeah, and so I don't know, man. Honestly,
I give it to LeBron. LeBron has helped change the dynamic of basketball.
There's a lot more walks in the game of basketball now. You know what I'm saying?
A lot more flopping.
You're not allowed to. You're a lot more flopping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't breathe on somebody wrong without getting a technical foul. I mean, I don't know. Like all that, I blame on LeBron. So
it's a different. He's stupid. He blame it on LeBron. He's stupid. It's a different game. But people act like they know LeBron personally. Like when, like if you would have said that to a LeBron fan, like the fact that what you just said, you slept happy because his ass went home last night,
they would have spit in my face.
Exactly. Why? Like why? Why is it that serious? Like what's wrong with just me just talking shit to you because he went home, or your team sucks and I root for a different team or root for a different person? Like people be ready to fight like they know them or something.
Right.
I don't get it. Whatever.
Maybe okay. So I'm wondering, it's just a guess, because LeBron is such a likable person, as a person, maybe they feel that way, because he's genuine, for the most part.
When he
and he does a lot of stuff for community, for whatever. So I think that resonates with a lot of people.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, between him and Steph Curry, they are probably the most relatable NBA players that I have ever known. You know what I'm saying? Just like, because if you think back to the 90s, like those players were not necessarily relatable. Like they were.
Allen Iverson was relatable to me.
Allen Iverson, you are correct. I will agree with that. Allen Iverson was relatable, but he was also for us in our time. He was representative of who we were. You know what I'm saying? Our childhood, our area. Like he was representative of all of that, and so. I think that was a really important piece for him. But if you think about other superstar basketball players, they were not as relatable necessarily.
Yeah, because I hated Patrick Ewing's ass. I hated his ass.
I think that's also why a lot of white kids gravitated towards Larry Bird, because for them, he was relatable.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. I'm not white, so I can't really.
I'm
making that up. I'm kind of making that up.
Larry Bird was relatable to anybody.
I don't know. He's Midwest white boy who played basketball. I think that's all. I don't know. I'm making it up.
What makes? I'm just asking the question. What makes LeBron James relatable?
I think that it's a great question, and I think the answer to that is that we live in a time when people feel like they have more access to them because of social media. And so he might not actually be more relatable, but we actually watched him grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally watched him grow up on TV, on YouTube, like on video from the time he was
like that.
And so I think that's what makes him relatable. Like nobody knew Michael Jordan before he went to North Carolina.
Facts.
So here's my gripe, and I've argued with my son about the same LeBron James, Michael Jordan. LeBron James was fine when he was in Cleveland. Like when he first came to the league, when he was in Cleveland. Like if he would have just took Cleveland to the championship and won a championship, cool, bet. But when he made that move. And more, even more so when it was like a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna shut down TV networks, you know what I'm saying? To show, he made like this grand announcement that he was going to Miami.
Yeah. Okay, but it wasn't for him. It was, but it wasn't for him. He did that for a reason. I can't remember what it was.
Right reason.
But
other people.
There was something.
What I say to my son to that is Miami was already a playoff team before he got there.
Right.
True.
Was there money that was given to the Boys and Girls Club when he did the announcement?
Is that what it was? I remember it was something.
I feel like that might have been
was a sponsor, or like the proceeds were supposed to go towards. There was something behind it. It wasn't just him saying, "I'm gonna get on TV and make this announcement." I just don't remember what it was offhand.
I'm not saying I wasn't suggesting that was a LeBron driven thing. I'm just saying how it was a thing. You know what I mean? Like he hadn't won any championship prior to Miami. You get what I'm saying? Like what made him the one to do something like that?
He was a chosen one. He was a chosen one.
I was going to say that because he was the chosen one.
And see,
who was he chosen by?
Exactly
by the league. By the league. And you know who was the new chosen one? It was Ja Morant until he started waving around guns. They was ready to crown that fool, and he decided he wanted to go out crip walking and acting stupid and carrying guns. Little pistol.
No bull. They were trying to give that dude the NBA.
Yep.
They really were.
I mean, yep, he blew it.
I'm glad not Jordan, that LeBron James at home. And yes, that's just me not liking LeBron. Because I'm with you, Donnell. That, in my opinion, is what made me lose. I ain't gonna say lose respect. Lose respect for him as a player. I like, he does great things.
And not to mention, he didn't win it right away. You know what I'm saying? In Miami,
right?
That's true. Right. That to me, again, when you start to, and I get why certain even NFL league team who own teams won't put the logo in the middle of the field because they say no man should be bigger than the league or the team itself. Right. When you do stuff like that, you did, in my opinion, put yourself above a team, a league, and I get you the face of it, but like, come on now, like that it made no sense to me, in my personal opinion, and that's what made me really start not necessarily caring for LeBron, in a sense.
So fast forward, he goes back to Cleveland. He wins the championship. Cleveland was a good team. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that LeBron put Cleveland on his shoulders to win that championship. Right. They had Kyrie Irving. They had a lot of players on that
team. Love. They had JR. Wasn't JR Smith with them too at the time?
JR was with them, yeah. They had a lot of people. The dude that played for the Lakers now, what's his name? He don't get no burn though.
Tristan
Thompson.
Thompson. Yeah. He said, my problem is when LeBron loses, everyone brings up how much money he has. The man has lost money. That don't mean anything. Yeah, it was a sweep. It was a sweep. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yo, before we get too far, John, what's going on in the Black Twitter files tonight?
I don't know. No, honestly, it don't seem like there's a lot going on that I've been made aware of. But I will say this: that I made a huge faux pas last week. Okay. It was a slap on the hand. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake. I apologize because we did not talk about Janelle Monáe.
Oh Lord!
In the video of the century. I mean,
yeah.
So
is he wrong? Is he wrong?
I don't watch a lot of videos, and that one was not safe for work. I don't know if it's safe for this show, but it was yes. Video. It should have been on. What was the show that used to come on at night?
BET Uncut.
BET Uncut.
Yeah, it was uncut.
It was uncut. It was BET Uncut esque. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was everything. It was everything short of the credit card sliding down the crack of the woman's butt. Like
it was worse than that because she was licking and had handprints and
she
everything.
did. She did. Ooh. It was like 45 seconds at a time where she was just sitting there next to the booty kissing, making kissy lips. Yes, faux pas on my part. That video.
Do we have the video?
I don't think we can show the video. Can we show the video? We can't show the video.
This is the man cave.
This is man cave. We can possibly show the video. We can.
I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
Let's not show the video.
John said, let's not show the video.
Let's not do that.
Okay, so we won't show the video, but maybe since we won't show the video.
But the title of the video is what, gentlemen?
Lipstick lover. Wasn't it? Lipstick lover. Yeah. Lipstick lover. That's what it was.
You can check it out for yourself.
Yeah,
Janelle Monáe's new video. I think it's worth a watch for those who are of a certain persuasion and those who might consider to be changing teams because they might.
But my question is, how do you go from this, right?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Janelle Monáe? She was always the one in the tuxedos and the suits and wearing like weird stuff that we were like, okay, like really, what's going on with Janelle Monáe, right? I mean, maybe it was me, but everybody used to wonder what's going on with Janelle Monáe. Why she always dressed like this, right? How you go from that to let's scroll up to this over here? Yeah, to this.
She in her bag right now. You know what I'm saying?
Or to that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she flat out, like you said, it was Lipstick Love. If y'all have not seen the Lipstick Lover video, she's pretty much like this, and so is everybody else in the video with her.
Yep. Indeed. Okay, so check it out. Don't say I didn't you. It might.
Don't watch it at work.
It will definitely make you wonder about your own sexuality. You will be like,
they make me wonder about mine.
Well, not for
they make me wonder
I don't know about that, John.
I'm not talking about for us. I'm talking about for some of them.
It confirmed my sexuality.
Like, indeed.
All right,
I'm like Maury. It is 100% confirmed.
But you know, and I could talk about that all night. Okay, I could talk about the video all night. There was I don't know who produced the video, directed the video, but you know what? Bravo.
So
okay.
From my understanding, all right, so brief, you know, the video is her and she's at a pool party. And from my understanding, that's like, she really throws parties like that at her house. Like she really, that's her element. She loves throwing parties and having people come over and all that other stuff. She usually has celebrities over, but these people was like ass out, like partying, like in.
So I got a question. Okay. To go along with this. If a man threw a party like that, and people saw it, whether it was made into a video or they just happened to, what would they say about that man?
Can you clarify through a party like what? Is this other dudes? Because she had all.
I'm sorry. I mean with the females. I don't mean.
Okay, I was like, because I don't know.
Not with other dudes. I mean with female. You know, with women, right? Like
Studio 54.
Like if it were not, let's say it was an Usher video.
Nope. I got the perfect one for you, John. And I know everybody has seen the Nelly Tip Drill video, which was pretty much the damn near equivalent of the Janelle Monáe video.
Yeah, but that was
what about
Luke?
Again, Uncle Luke?
But again, those videos were they were heavily censored at the time. This video.
If this came on TV, this video would be heavily censored too, I think.
You think
right,
so?
but we're in the internet age now where we weren't before.
So you can now go easily on YouTube and find Lipstick Lover and see. It's not even the uncut version, because if there's an uncut version, please somebody send it. info@re-tv.net, or just put it in.
Put it on cinema.
Put it somewhere where we can actually watch the uncut version. No, I mean it's
202.
No, but it is like, you know, because of the internet, we do have the ability to watch, you know, whatever. You can damn near watch porn if you wanted to without even paying for it. So
did you say,
you know,
damn near? Ain't no damn near, sir. That is
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. But so I mean, that's why I think that's the difference between Luke videos, Tip Drill, and other stuff. You know.
Okay. You're right.
We didn't have all that back then.
You're right. I was just wondering, you know. Outside of that, the only other thing that I had this week is some uproar around some people about the new Color Purple. They are remaking Color Purple.
What's the uproar?
Why are we remaking the Color Purple?
I haven't seen this for like how long have we known that?
Why we can't leave good stuff alone? Why we can't leave good stuff alone? Why we got to remake everything?
Some remakes are good.
Name me two.
Shit, I don't know.
Because they also just remade White Men Can't Jump, and it's on Hulu.
And I heard that was garbage.
Exactly. Okay.
You know what else is coming out? It's not a remake though, so never mind.
So
Indiana Jones.
Name me two remakes that have been good, and I will shut up and move on.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's a bit of horror.
I mean, that was all right. I don't know. You gotta be a horror fan too. You gotta be like very specific a horror fan on those to even care about those, right? Like everybody don't even like horror movies, but I will agree that they definitely had some good moments in both of those movies for sure.
I ain't seen that one of them, the remakes that is, so I can't attest to that. But I do agree, you know, because I can't think of any remakes that were actually worth it. But I think based on what I've seen in the previews for The Color Purple, maybe it's because I like the people who are in it. and they're more well known in comparison to when The Color Purple initially came out a long time ago. The people who were in it weren't as well known. Of course, Danny Glover was, Oprah was, Whoopi Goldberg was, some like that. But there are a lot more well known people in this particular version of the movie. And what I've seen in the previews, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just interested in seeing it. I'm just interested in seeing that. More interested in seeing what was that, Space Jam with LeBron James.
Right. I just feel like we need to, and I say we, I mean people who make movies and stuff like that, they need to be more interested in original material, like trying to make things
much original.
I know, but that also doesn't mean that you need to remake something that's already been done, though. Like ideas can be, shuffled. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make a new kind of ET movie. Like it don't have to be ET, but it could, like
reboots.
You mean like of a franchise, like reboots of a franchise, like
with the same people though? It gotta be the same because reboot
or just
like the Scream movie. They weren't really necessarily reboots. I don't know. What was a reboot? What's a reboot? Like
a reboot is like not Married with Children. Was Roseanne? Roseanne would be a reboot.
Well, that one didn't do so well because she turned to be extra racist. But
it's still on.
But she gone because they was extra racist because she was extra racist.
Full House was a reboot.
That's true.
Full House was a reboot. It was another reboot.
What those do have going for them is that it has nostalgia in it because they have the original cast members in it.
They did a reboot of That's So Raven. They just changed the name of it to like Raven's Home.
Raven's Home. Well, she's a single mother raising 2 kids now, and they have the little whatever she had.
Oh, see, I ain't know all that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
More than I do.
I have seen it, and it's garbage.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the Raven.
Yeah, I mean,
my daughter watches it. I watch it too.
They about to reboot. So there is a movie that's getting ready to come out. I guess it's not getting ready, but they getting ready to shoot it. More like, I guess it's like a reboot. Good Burger with Keenan and Kel. Yeah. They did say they gonna redo that.
They're doing Good Burger 2. I think it's it's just part 2. Finally, they're doing part 2.
So would you consider reboot that I like? Bel Air. Bow.
Oh, I agree.
Remake.
Bel Air is a reboot. That's considered a reboot.
But see, the difference between that reboot and the other ones we mentioned before is that it doesn't have. That one works better because it really doesn't have any of the same original cast in it. Some of them make cameos.
The second Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv is in there.
She makes it, but she has like a very small part in that.
She does.
Right, and even Tatiana Ali was in the second season for a couple episodes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's now gone, it's really a whole new cast. It's a reimagining of the show, and you know where that came from? That actually came from a kid, the guy who directs it or produces it. I don't know which one, but he actually did like his own reimagining of the trailer.
I remember seeing it.
For the show, and that is how it got picked up and made it into another show. So
I remember seeing that. That was dope.
Yeah.
But that is the definition of reboot. It's where it's the same, but it's like a different spin.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, Carlton in this boy. He's a drug addict.
Boy, his nose, he got that booger sugar all over his nose,
and he's an asshole.
Yeah. But Donnell, you're right. Those horror movies, they definitely have great elements of redoing the original. You know what I'm saying? They're not bad at all. But that's a very specific genre of movies that I think works well for some people to do that. But most part, like those remakes, man, they just don't hit. So
I was going to ask Donnell, because I know, Donnell, you into horror movies or whatever. I kind of wanted to see the remake of Carrie and the remake of Firestarter. Were they any good?
Carrie? They didn't remake Carrie?
They did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, like in the teens, like 2015 or something.
Carrie was good. I don't know about Firestarter.
Firestarter was not good.
The new one wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Okay. Because they looked like they would be good, and I was like, I ought to watch them joints, but
And do y'all watch scary movies by yourselves? Do y'all try to watch it with y'all family? Or y'all watch
I watch it by myself because my wife doesn't
By
watch.
myself.
She don't watch.
My wife
Yeah.
won't watch it. My wife, she'll either
won't
go to
watch
sleep or she'll leave the room. She won't
Yeah.
watch it.
My
It's
thing
funny.
is,
It's funny though because my wife did watch The Walking Dead though.
Okay.
She
I don't
wa-
like zombie shit.
She watched it. Man, it was great. It was interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get down with zombies.
Man, we stopped that. We stopped. Like we both like gave up on the show after it got real crazy. But like it was like ridiculous after a while. But we watched it together. It was crazy. So.
I don't want to see monsters eating people like that.
so my thing is, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's scary or whatever. Don't talk to me during the movie.
Right? Oh,
So if you
yo,
start
don't
doing that,
don't look.
you're not
Don't
watching
ask,
the
no.
movie, Joe.
Don't ask me no questions about them. I'm watching it with you.
I
I don't have the answer.
Right.
Was that such and such, such, such? I don't know. How about we both watch and see?
I'm trying to figure it out too. But if you're talking in my ear, then we got a problem because I'm not hearing it either. Okay.
My daughter is good for that. She wants me to explain everything during the show or during the movie. I'm like, that's what I'm watching it for.
I was like, I have not seen this before. I don't have the answers. It don't come with a crib sheet. I don't have the cliff notes. I don't got none of that. So.
Well, have you ever known somebody to not be as into it as you and start doing their own thing but making all types of noises while you trying to like
as if you ain't interested? Like I'm still watching it. You may not be interested, but
I wish my head would turn like a whole exorcist out this jump.
Yo, that's real. That's real. I'll be like, yo, I'm just going, you know, I'm
what
just
you
going
do
to watch
is
this.
you just start turning up the volume, and they be like, "Damn, why I gotta be so loud? Because I can't hear. Because I can't hear."
Like, you know, I'm like, you know what? Clearly, you got something else going on. I'm gonna go watch this somewhere else. Okay?
Well, just not watch it at all.
Yeah.
And just wait till you get the free time.
I'm just going. I'll just watch it by myself. Okay.
Pick an argument.
Oh man.
Hey Donnell, what hot topic we got tonight? What hot topic we got tonight?
So the reboot was one of them. No, but it's prom season, so I'll switch gears. So it's prom season, and have y'all been noticing like prom pictures and stuff like that on social media?
Yeah. Both of my kids went to prom, and I posted I posted one of my son. My wife posted a bunch of my daughter.
So did y'all go all out for y'all kids?
Nope.
So my daughter said she was at one of her friend's house, and I guess they was at she called it a prom party. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that that's a thing, but maybe it is.
It's a pre-party party.
I was about to say like it's a pre-drink or like an after party.
Nah, it's like, let me explain it. And maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe you would know. So she said that the girls' date pulled up in the Lamborghini.
Nice.
So, but you know what I'm saying? So I guess my daughter was saying, I don't know that she knows, but she said that I guess the dude parents had rented a Lamborghini for the dude to pick up his date in. And I was just like, oh, okay. That sounds expensive. Like
that's crazy.
And a risk.
That's what I'm thinking about.
High risk, dog. But go ahead.
Letting a teenager drive a Lamborghini? Hell no.
So in your opinions though, like does prom equate to going all out for your kids?
Hell no. Hell no.
And hold on, before y'all go too deep into the woods, like, you know, prom dresses was always like a thing,
right? Even
when we was coming through,
right?
I don't know how many, you know, girls got their prom dresses made versus, you know what I'm saying, finding it, you know, on a rack somewhere like a JCPenney or something like that. But like even like people who make these prom dresses are, you know, charging, you know, thousands of dollars to make their prom dress.
So let me ask this, Donnell and John, do they still only have one prom back home in the area, in Maryland, DC area?
What you mean one prom?
So when I went to prom, there was no junior prom. It was just your senior prom. Right? So here in North Carolina, you get an 8th grade prom and it's just prom. So if you want to go to prom, you can go to prom. And so my thing is, to answer your question, the reason I say I don't think it's a big deal is because if you have a prom your freshman year, your sophomore year, you went your 8th grade year, now you want to go your junior and your senior year too, it becomes played out and whacked by the time you get to your senior year. So like both of my kids, my daughter and my son, was like, it's just prom this year. We really don't care. In comparison to previous years where they really did want to go all out. I think it's because they got played, it got played out to them. And it's just like, we already experienced this before.
So, but why should all the other ones count more than the senior prom for them?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. You actually should do less for the other ones than you do for the senior prom.
It loses
so
it loses
I
the
will
feeling
see
being
this.
special.
I'm gonna say this. What I've realized from my son at his school, at least, I can't speak on other schools, but it seemed like they went more out for their junior prom than they did the senior prom. Like junior prom was all that, and then senior prom was like just the second chapter.
But why? But why though? Again, in my opinion, it's because you've had so many leading up to your that's what made my prom so special for me. I didn't have a prom my freshman through junior year. And it wasn't that I didn't get invited, it was just we didn't have them. We had a regular dance in 8th grade, but it wasn't a prom. I went in my street clothes. In comparison to my senior year, I was like, yo, tux, the chick I went with had a dress, we had a limo and all that. And, so it was, in my opinion, it was special. In comparison to nowadays, these kids, they, like you said, they getting Lambos. I seen somebody driving somebody got a 3-wheeler for their the little low riding 3-wheeler drinks, the spiders. They went to prom and they took their date and a spider for prom.
Yo, honestly, I think all that. First off, that's crazy. Secondly, I think the whole prom idea is played out.
And excuse me, to John's point, do y'all feel like prom to the parents is status?
It's bigger than graduation for some people.
You get what I'm saying? Like whoever can do the most for their child.
Yeah. I saw one online. I saw one online where they had a DJ, a professional photographer. They was like setting out the girl dress to take the prom picture. I'm like, yo, is she getting married? Like, how much money did you spend on this nonsense? Like, this is just a dance. So I feel like she better not come home pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like it is a status thing for some people, but I think that's a minority. I think that it is still a big deal for a lot of folks. It's a big deal for the kids. They make it a big deal for the parents. Not to say that there aren't parents out there that are trying to relive their prom through their kid, because I'm sure that's out there too. But I remember it was about limos and such when I was at the prom. That was a long ass time ago.
But Mike, why is prom such a big deal? Let's put aside the people who trying to relive their childhood through their kids, right? What makes prom this event that you need to spend thousands of dollars on?
So it's a formal event. How many of us say that we've been to?
Is it a formal event? People wear sneakers.
It's supposed to be. It's how it used to be. But
they got sneakers
now. I mean, people wear sneakers to the Oscars. They didn't used to.
I've seen people wear matching jean outfits when we was growing up. Okay, like
it's denim.
Denim, you're right. My bad. Denim outfits, matching denim outfits. Okay, like ain't nothing formal about that. Black people have rarely ever worn actual tuxedos to prom.
That was the point of it. The point. I wore a tuxedo.
I want to say, I think it was a lot of people wore. I wore one too.
Did you wear tails? Yeah. Did you wear a cummerbund?
No.
Cummerbund, no tails.
I had a cummerbund with mine.
I'm just saying, it's still a tux. I'm just saying, it's a tux.
Yeah. But
that's hey, look, that right there is why that be like.
Why that? He just proved your point. Why that?
I need to put the
My
drink
bad,
down.
it ain't
Right?
us. It ain't us, my bad.
Put it away.
But yeah, but that's I can't speak for white folks or affluent areas, but for most of where I grew up and places that I knew about, that was like that time. It was that formal, party. It was celebrating as a senior year, all you've been through, and it was formal, you know. So it was a big deal for those reasons. Now I don't know.
To me, it was a big deal again because it was only a once in a not lifetime, but a once in a K-12 situation. So it was like, yo, we get to go to prom. So it was,
Right.
everybody else did it prior to in their senior year. So it was like, yo,
You look forward
our
to
turn.
it.
Right. It's
Yeah.
our turn. So now we get to go to do the whole thing.
And I agree with that part of it. If you just get to go, if it's just senior prom, like there's no other prom, there might be dances, there might be, you know what I'm saying? But I think that once you start, I don't know, man. I just think people spend too much money on stuff that is like, I want my kids, and maybe this is just my mind, right? Like, I want my boys to be like, hey, Dad, can we get in your car and go to prom, save some money, because I really would prefer to have the next X or put money into Y or do,
unless
you know what I'm
raise
saying?
them that way, John. Unless you specifically raise them to say specifically that, good luck. Now they may say, can I take your car? Because my daughter and our son is taking personal cars. We haven't rented them anything, but they ain't gonna say because I'm trying to save you money so I can get the very next best X, Y, and Z. But
it just seemed the amount of money that people put on that, it just seemed crazy.
It is
crazy.
It is. It's not a wedding. It's not like a graduation. It's
shit. I don't even believe people should put large amounts of money on a wedding. Personally,
yeah,
I think that's stupid.
Because who's it for? Who's it for?
Right.
It ain't for the two people getting married. Even though in most cases it's the woman who wants to do the big shit.
Right.
But it ain't for the two people getting married. It's for everybody else. That's a status symbol thing. To answer your question, Don, that's a status. You don't think so?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Weddings.
Yeah, wedding. That's a status because you can go to Justice of the Peace. You and her can just go to an island somewhere and then call it a day.
Vegas.
Vegas. There you go, Vegas.
I mean, there's very little difference between the planning for a wedding and the planning for prom.
There's a lot more to go to a wedding, but I get what you're saying. I definitely get.
I mean, if you just look at the two people going, like, I mean, I don't want point out nobody's specific child on this call, but we've had conversations about how somebody's date changed the color. That shit blew my mind, yo. I would have flipped a fucking table if I had already bought something or rented something and they changed the color. And I seen what color they changed it to. I don't know what the color was before.
But that's what they do.
But their hair matched the color. And then what happened there?
That's what they do, though, John. That's a whole thing with kids these days.
I would have stayed my ass at home. If she would have did that, if my wife, if a girl I was dating was like, I'm changing the color, I'd be like, bitch, you going by yourself. That would have been, I mean, I'm just saying, like.
John is on one.
Hey, John, where was you at when I needed you to validate my feelings?
You needed drunk John.
I am not drunk.
Yo, John is on one tonight.
Hey, let's switch gears. Y'all heard about the Dietrich Happen video?
No.
Yo, why is people giving that man a hard time for having
hold on, John. Let for those who haven't seen the video. So, Mike, people are in uproar about this video. Church going folks are in uproar.
Yo, go ahead, Don.
You do realize that's his wife.
That's his wife.
Okay.
So then what's the uproar?
Because he representing the church.
But it's his wife.
You can have sex
if he ain't
with your wife.
If he ain't grinding on his wife, then that's what you should be worried about. If he ain't grinding on his wife.
It is his wife.
It's his wife.
So yeah, so I don't. So yeah, I mean, people. We talked about this earlier in the season. Selective outrage. People got selective outrage about all types of stuff. I get it, okay, but how do you think more church people come into existence? He said, "Be fruitful and multiply." So you got to be getting married, have sex. I mean, like it's his wife. What do you? I thought it was. I didn't know that was his wife.
That's his wife. And so is the question that grinding is of the devil, or is it the music?
Listen, man, I don't know, man.
Because if it's the music, I can understand the good. The
some
holy church,
people
the holy church folk might have a problem with the music, right?
Some people have this, what you and your spouse do behind closed doors is what you do, and how you represent us, you know what I'm saying, in public should be a certain way, if you will. I'm not saying I agree with it.
Right.
I'm just saying that's how some people think. Much like you can probably compare it to like a Barack and Michelle.
Okay.
I'm sure they have their freaky moments, but you would never see it in the public.
But you know what? But you do, and I'll tell you when you do. It's actually because I remember when they were in the White House, like, you know what I'm saying. I also think about my my pastor and first lady at my church, like two people showing affection to each other in whatever way is, I believe that's them being frisky,
flirtatious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, if you two people that's married, you in love, like, you should be able to do that. But you also have to realize that it is not everybody's reality, whether they married or not, especially married people. Like, everybody's reality is not the same.
And whose fault is that? You can't penalize somebody else because
you can't. Exactly. So if your marriage is one where you don't touch your spouse, or your spouse don't like to be touched, or you can't
PDA.
Whatever, like, if they don't do that, then it is what it is. That's your situation. But you can't knock somebody else for loving their spouse the way that their spouse wants to be loved, right? Like, showing the affection and enjoying each other in public or in private. Like, that's like getting mad because they kiss in front of other people. Oh my God, why are they kissing in public? Like, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
They shouldn't outrage people. And right. So that was apparently his 50th birthday party, which it looked like he was at a stadium somewhere. Which
he was.
Yeah, it looked like he was in. Was he in Dallas? I don't know. It looked like was he in? I can't tell where he was. It looked like he was in Dallas. Well, anyway, he looked like he was somewhere, in a stadium, and he was enjoying himself for his 50th birthday. So regardless of whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a atheist, or you gay, lesbian, in between, and I think there is where the hypocritical part comes in, I guess, because of the fact, if two married people of the same sex were to do it, then we would be outraged more so, because it's like, oh my gosh, why is this girl grinding on this girl, or this guy grinding on this guy? But you got two perfectly good heterosexual people, it appears to be, enjoying themselves at a party. Like, I don't see the issue because he's Christian, or because he's a popular Christian, because he's a gospel artist. Like, I don't get it. Like, this, they are just like you and I. Like, that's like people who put LeBron James on the pedestal because he's LeBron James. They're people just like you and I. So why can't they enjoy themselves the same way you would enjoy yourself with your wife or your husband if you were out in public?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that whole thing, that was funny to me. I was like, people getting upset about this? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's people do. But I think it's the people who probably don't have, who, like you said, who don't get that same type of affection.
Right.
Those are the ones that's getting upset because they hating. Like, if I ain't got the affection, should nobody else be getting affection like that?
I know a lot of bitter people in the church, man.
Exactly.
Like,
it's almost like, why are you in the church?
Right.
Exactly.
You petty Patty, you bitter Betty, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just.
What's your preference? A big church or small church?
Small church.
And why?
Because it is, I don't know, big church. I don't like the whole production in church. When we left our church, because the pastor,
videographer, say no.
because the pastor of our church left the church, right? And we stayed for a while, and that it was a small church, but it was bad preaching. And so we couldn't do it anymore. I was just like, this is just bad. Like it was the same conversation every week. Gotcha. And so then we went to Mike, he lost his signal or something?
I guess he's participating via
appreciate it, Mike. And so then we went to a mega church, kind of a mega church. Like they got multiple campuses and whatnot. And I couldn't, so I do audio, not video. I do audio at the church, but what I found, like, it was like the whole strobing lights and the whole production, like it just was like
it can be distracting. It can be.
It was very distracting. So I was just like, this is too much. I'm not really sure if I'm going to get to know anybody in this church, right?
And that's why those churches have small groups,
right? And they call them sales small. And that's a whole weird thing as well, because you get to know the people in that cell, right?
Our churches I've gone to, they call them small groups. They don't call them sales. They just call them
small group or sale, yeah. And it is what and that's got its parts to it, but it's still a big church. Like put it this way, I had a problem because we started going to a church 5 minutes from my house, and the problem was getting parking in the parking lot.
I think I know what church you're talking about.
And I was like, yo, why I can't get parking in the parking lot?
You gotta come early.
Crazy. And they were like, then they added a fourth service. I was like, yo, it's if you gotta add fourth service, that means it's way too many people coming to the church.
Good night.
So I was like, it's like
good night.
So I went where I knew.
Everybody knows your name.
I know everybody. They know my name. They know my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that there will be people who we will connect with when we're there. We don't necessarily have to connect with them outside the church if we don't want to, but that for me, that's what works right now.
Do you fellowship with your church members?
Some of them.
If they pull out the bourbon.
He's in the bourbon small group.
I don't. Yeah.
Bourbon lovers.
The bourbon tasters. Bourbon tasters.
Juice small group.
Bourbon tasters. But I do, and it's it's for me. It's been the men of the church have been a group that I've been involved with, and some of them have come over to our new church, and so making that connection, reconnecting with those guys, and being there. So yes. Yeah,
Interesting.
So I could do medium. Like I said, I've done small.
How many is medium?
Okay, so I'm going in between what I've been in, and so I was in a small. There was probably about 100 people, maybe 150, if that. So that was really cool. Because it was like a family, everybody knew everybody, but there was also problems. There was some things where, the pastor felt like he had more say in people than he should have, in things that they were doing and weren't doing. And so then, of course, I've been parts of bigger churches with thousands of people. You have your anonymity there. Nobody really knows you. You just have your groups, like you were saying, John. You just have your men's group, or you have your this group or that group. And that's cool. But I don't feel as connected as I did with the small church. So somewhere in the middle, I would be really cool with. Like when I was going to Fort Foot Baptist, that was a real good size. They may have had 500, if that, somewhere between 200 and 500. That was cool.
Gotcha. I'll say I've been in small churches. What I consider a small church is a storefront church. I've been in storefront churches in DC that I played either piano or drums for, and then to Mike's point, a medium church. Like I said, about 200 or 300 people. I've been, a church I go to now, probably is about 2,000 per service. But it is a multi-campus church. where I have felt a part of where I have felt lost in the number. But then there are other churches that I've been to that have had multi thousands of there's a lot of people where I've actually felt a part of the church because I made myself a part of the church. Meaning I was actually in a ministry where I was one of the greeters. So, I got a chance to know the pastor on a deeper level. I got a chance to meet other, people who actually went to the church. Me personally, it doesn't matter the size to me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that big on small churches, but it doesn't matter the size to me. It's just where I feel most comfortable. Shut up, Donnell. It depends
size matters.
Where I feel most comfortable. that
you need a good fit. You need a good fit, Ty.
You know what? We can talk about the damn topic.
Yo, did y'all see that? Wait, before you do that, did you see that the clip that I sent where the guy was like, I used to be a man in a woman's body, and then I pulled out.
Yo. Oh, wow. Tonight's topic is order of priorities. Where's your priority? Yo, we're gonna do a shortened commercial just because we can get in these order of priorities. Yeah, I'm not fooling with y'all. I'm completely done. What up, good people? Welcome back to a live episode of Millionaire Man Cave. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yo, it's been a hell of a show thus far. If y'all missed the entire conversation, go back and rewatch it on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. So go back and watch all our previous shows, earlier parts of this show, all that good stuff on YouTube. Make sure you just go to Relationship Entertainment Television, type hit the bell, hit the button, you'll be notified and all that good stuff, and subscribe. And I think I said it all backwards, but you get my point. Subscribe and hit the bell so that way you're notified each and every time a brand new episode of Millionaire Man Cave comes on, as well as any other shows that come on Relationship Entertainment Television. If y'all are on Facebook, don't forget, tell your friends, to tell another friend, to tell their mama and them too, to turn into Millionaire Man Cave, because we about to get into our topic of the night. If y'all got questions, comments, concerns, submit them to info@re-tv.net. Check out the website re-tv.net. But our topic for tonight is order of prioritize.
Priorities. Real quick. I'm gonna ask y'all this question before I read the topic. How do y'all prioritize y'all family members? Like, who comes first and who comes second? So
Donnell trying to start some trouble. Nah, so all right. So me personally, I learned this in my first marriage. It was a struggle for me. I always thought it was your kids first, and then your spouse, and then like yourself and everybody else. I struggled with that. I did it that way, not realizing that it should be my spouse first, my wife, then my kids, and then me, and then everybody else after that. So that's my order priorities for in my relationship or marriage.
Okay, I agree. I have always felt that the spouse should be first, above the kids. My reason behind that was just feeling like, the kids are there, for that first 18 years, and then they go off to have their own lives. Whereas, your wife, you have to cultivate into your relationship with your husband, your wife, because after the kids are gone, that's who you're going to be with. And so then, of course, after that would be the kids, then me. That's how I prioritize.
All y'all wrong. Me first,
Okay.
then my wife,
Okay.
then the kids.
F them kids.
I'm about to say, John gonna say them kids.
That I thought about it, but it's me first. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, seriously, because if I'm not straight, if I don't have myself together, I can't do nothing for nobody else.
I can see that. That's logic. I get it.
I can understand that.
So me first.
All right. So here's the scenario for you fellas.
Right.
Wait a minute. What order is yours?
Answer,
sir.
It's not about me pimping. It's for me. It's the whatever the situation is. Real talk. It's like, all right. So here you go. All right. It says I've been married to my wife for 3 years, and I have a 9-year-old child from a previous relationship. The previous relationship, my ex moved from another state to be with me and then remained in the state after our breakup so I could be close to my child. My child's mother lives 10 minutes away from me. And you see, my child's mother lives 10 minutes away from me. And due to a storm, they lost all power in the home and wanted to spend the night at our home. I asked my wife, and she said my child could come, but my ex could not. So I paid for a hotel from my ex, for my ex and child, and I don't understand why my wife is mad. If only she would have agreed to let them spend the night, I could have saved $230 for the room. I know all would agree that she is wrong. Also, I do pay $865 in child support a month for that one child. Is he tripping?
So was this there's a show that comes on, I think A&E or one of them damn, called Me, My Spouse and My Ex. That's what this sounds like.
Yo, you watch a lot of reality TV. Okay, I listened back to episode from last week. I was like, yo, this dude be watching all kinds of stuff.
I do. I watch. You got this much damn time in you. I'm unemployed. You got much damn time in your hands. You watch some random shit. This does say it's a show called I think it's A&E or one of them, or TLC or one of them, called Me, My Spouse and My Ex or something like that. That's what this sounds like. So I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand the story for right quick before I give an answer in priority. So he got married, right, with this chick. They moved to some location. They got divorced or whatever. Instead of her leaving to go back home, wherever home was, she said, "I'm gonna stay here so you can continue to have a relationship with the kids." Right? Am I so far so good? Mm-hmm. Okay. After that, because there was some breakup there in between. I was trying to figure out, like, what the hell is wrong with Donnell? Like, he all right tonight? There was, so I understand people write crazy, so I get it. But so from my understanding, after that, there was a storm. The power went out with the ex-wife, now ex-wife, in kid's house, because obviously the kids don't live with him. And she wanted to know, because this is where I had a question. So you said they wanted to know if they could stay there. Is it the kids wanted to know that, or is it the ex-wife who wanted to know?
The ex-wife wanted to know if they could spend the night at their house.
Okay, so the ex-wife wanted to know if she could spend the night, or not she, but her and the kids can now spend the night at the ex-husband's house, even though he's moved on and now he's remarried. The wife is like, hell nah. He's like, all right, I'll put up the money. Y'all go stay in the hotel, but I could have saved the money had you just let her stay here. Am I getting it all right?
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a complicated ass question, Donnell.
That's the whole point.
That's a complicated.
Who you prioritizing?
No. So you prioritize, in my opinion, you prioritize your spouse. You're the one who you married to and said no. If she say no, guess what? In the conversation, no. Regardless of her reasoning, I may not necessarily agree with her reasoning, but if she says no, I don't feel comfortable. No, because then my question would then become, all right, screw her. How about the kids? The kids are going to stay here. She can go stay elsewhere. That would have been my first. That would have been my first thing, because I can't go against what my wife says. My wife says no, not in this house, because if the shoe was on the other foot and she came to me with that same bull and I say no, she got to go with the same thing. So I can't be a hypocrite and be like, well, my ex-wife can, but your ex-husband can't. So no is no, in my personal opinion. So that's that. Secondly, I'd be like, the kids can stay, but the ex-wife got to go. I have no allegiance to her anymore, other than the fact that we got kids together. And and there is an allegiance there to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong, because I know I've told my ex-wife, hey, as long as we got kids together, we'll always be family. We may not like each other, we ain't gotta be together, but we will be family because we got kids together. So there is some allegiance, but other than that, she can go pay for her own hotel. She can go do whatever the hell she want to go do. Hopefully, that would suffice with my current wife. So that's my priority. That's how I would prioritize.
Is there another wife coming down the pipeline?
If you let your ex-wife stay in the house, it would be.
Oh,
I hear you.
Wow. Now I think I agree. First off, I definitely agree with the spouse should be the priority. The current spouse should be the priority. Over the kids, over the ex-wife. I have seen a scenario where it's all good. I mean, the ex-wife and the new wife are cool with each other, and they all co-parent the kids in between the marriages, and everything is good. I understand that is a special scenario, and that's not everybody's household. For me, if it were my ex-wife, I would put it out there. Actually, I may not even put it out there. I guess it really depends on how, I gauge my wife, and I would know how she feels ahead of time about the ex-wife to even ask that question. If I know my wife don't like my ex-wife or whatever, I'm not even going to bring it up. But if there's some leeway in there, if there's some gray area, then I might. But again, like Ty said, no means no. I mean, if my wife doesn't want it, then nah, I can't do it.
See, this is why I say prioritize yourself first, because you gotta preserve yourself in this situation. Let's get crazy. Think about how you feel first. How do you feel?
How will you feel if you go to your wife and say, my ex-wife want to stay in my damn house? You gonna feel all right.
You right.
Feel a damn headache because she gonna be like, bitch, is you crazy? Hell no, she can't stay in this house. So,
and she gonna bring it up every other month for the rest of your life.
So how do you keep your
fucking that bitch, John?
So exactly. So how do you keep yourself from feeling tormented? Okay, you say, no ex-wife, no. You can't stay here. The kids can stay, but you can't. Okay, figure it out.
There you go.
Isn't that playing devil's advocate?
Disclaimer.
Is it kind of like, what I'm saying? Oh, so now we divorced. You can now treat me like trash. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still the mother. You know what I'm saying? Like do you take
I'm not treating you like trash. I'm treating you like
take into consideration I'm still the mother of your kid. You know what I'm saying? We still have to co-parent in this whole situation. You know what I mean? Like, the wife might be bitter, but was he wrong for helping her get a hotel room?
No, but that's
I don't think so.
So this is my again, like I said,
the wife is now mad now.
She mad
because
She
he got a
gonna be
hotel
mad.
room
She
for
gonna
him?
be mad though. She gonna be. It's never. She never gonna be happy. It's gonna be as long as y'all. The baby's there. She gonna be mad. Okay,
So
that's
this
gonna
is
be
so here's the thing though. That's why I said in my scenario, I would say the kids can stay with me.
right.
Because if in that scenario where the kids are staying with her, then okay, cool beans. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for it because of the simple fact that my kids are there. But why can't the kids come stay in my house? So again, the kids come stay with me. She can go do whatever the hell she want to go do. I don't care. I'm not paying for it.
Now, keeping all this in mind, she moved closer to him so he can be closer to his kid.
Right. Or
So
stay
she might not have
yeah.
family or friends that she can go stay with.
I just saved her at least a good $150 by getting another bed in the room by having the kids come stay with me. Now she can go pay for a single room and she can have a night out on the town for her. I helped her out.
But dog, okay, hold on. How long were the lights out? Shit. Who hasn't spent the night? Who hasn't spent the night in the house with the lights out?
You know, she might be privileged. She might be.
It's not just about the lights. You know what I'm saying? He has a 9-year-old daughter.
I
You know what I'm saying? Women just don't feel safe without something.
Yeah.
I think the conversation is, look, you're not safe in my house. Okay? You're not safe in my house. Okay.
From the wife or from him?
From the wife. You're not safe. You're not safe in my house from my wife. So I think it's best if I get you a hotel room where you can be safe. Okay.
Hey, look, she might not be safe as much bourbon you done had.
I am
neither one of them safe. John speaking downstairs.
This is the clearest.
What you doing downstairs?
I only got one wife. I don't plan on ever having another one. But I will tell you this: that I know that if there were an ex and a current, they would not be safe because someone would have an attitude about the other one. Okay,
yeah, so in most cases they are.
In order to create a safe environment for me, there would be room.
Me first.
Exactly, there will be a room included for the other. Okay, because I can't deal with the nonsense.
And so, like Donnell said, she's still gonna be mad because you paid for the room for her now.
She don't have to know that. She don't have to know I paid for the room.
Ooh, that's a topic.
Technically, it is, but I mean, so
she's just gonna have to be mad at that point.
If she asks, you deny it. Who paid for her room?
She got the room.
So you denying it, because if you denying it, then you lying.
I'm
not gonna be a whole other argument.
I ain't denying it. The room was paid for.
She get the credit card statement.
Oh, I don't got to use the same credit card.
Unless you can find the Hojo.
Who get credit card statements? Who the hell get credit card statements? Somebody actually gets statements.
What you mean?
Electronic, yeah.
John, I told you. John already.
Let me get your credit card if you want to see your credit card statements.
I was saying, John is in the middle of buying an $800,000 home with a theater in it in Upper Marlboro. So no, John don't look at his credit card statements.
Shit, John
he's gonna have a bathroom in this theater.
Exactly.
That's my hope. Fingers crossed.
He's gonna have a toilet and a bidet. Still watching movies.
And that's where the ex and the kids gonna sleep. And I'm gonna put a lock on the inside of it so they can keep safe. That whole
Nah, but in that situation though, in that scenario, like I agree with John saying as far as putting yourself first, because like you said, I'm going to think about what less do I got to hear. I don't want to hear it this way, nor do I want to hear it that way. But at the same time, again, like I said, my wife says no, the answer is no. But I'm going to ask, okay, then the kids will stay here, and you just got to go do your own thing. Now, if my ex-wife decides to make a stink out of that and be like, no, where the kids go, I go, then y'all got to go. Like, so, and in that case, like, right, I will pay for the hotel room, for the kids to be able to stay,
I'm paying for the hotel room for the kids. Y'all got double beds in there. It ain't 2 rooms. Y'all going to shack up all 4 of y'all or 3 of y'all gonna be all in the same, or however many.
All 12 of y'all.
Whatever it is.
Cannon.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Why you shaking your head? You don't think that's feasible down there?
Oh, he said that.
Oh no,
I
you was
mean-
shaking your head like you was in like you.
I mean, I think the fight is on. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be an issue, and it's the path of least resistance in a situation like that. Like,
I don't know. I don't wouldn't necessarily have like a personal gripe or whatever. I don't know that I agree with or like the idea that whatever the wife says is like law. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you're right, because some wives can be petty.
That's true, but it's not necessarily that it's law. It's just again. So if the shoe was on the other foot and she brought her, so you her ex-husband.
I'm not saying that her ex-husband can come stay at my house. I'm just saying,
even if it's something different, if you say no, wouldn't you want her to respect the fact that you said no?
Oh, look, man, we just talked about this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She don't see if she see a TikTok video and they say that it was okay for the ex-wife to stay. Guess what? She will let the ex-wife stay.
Right. So you better make that TikTok video now.
I'm just me. I mean, that's just me. If my wife says no, then guess what? The answer is no. So, like, even when somebody hell, Donnell, you asked me one time, you was like, yo, coming into town, can I stay at your house? What'd I tell you? Let me go ask my wife. Because if my wife said no, guess what? Donnell, no, your ass can't stay at my house. My wife said sure. I'm like, okay, cool beans. You know, I'm cool with it. So because it would be the exact same. Okay. It would be the same way if one of her friends came to town, was like, can I stay at your house? And she asked me, you feel comfortable with such staying here? Yeah, they cool with freedom. You know, you stupid. I ain't trying to get in trouble.
No,
go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that you know, to go with your point, Donnell, I mean, damn, I lost it. Never mind. Go ahead.
So I was just gonna say this, Ty. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I'm not, I'm very appreciative. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, I'm not being disrespectful or anything like that. So, in my mind, if I brought that same thing to my wife, I said, if my wife said no to you coming to visit, I'm more in tune to be like, we're not gonna talk about this. Like, you're not just gonna tell me no. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
And I'm just going to walk away from that. With you know what I'm saying? Ty can't come. Like,
I get that. I
pay mortgage here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what I was going to say was, and this goes along with that point, and you just reminded me of what my point was. It's not as though I'm saying or that we're saying it's the wife's rule, regardless. What we're saying is that if it comes down to it, so after the debate, after I come with my point and she comes with her point, after all of that goes through, if I realize that she's going to ultimately be really uncomfortable with this, then I'm going to be like, all right, whatever.
Y'all killing me. That's way too much work. Like you said after the debate, I'm like, yo, if we got to get to that point, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, because if I have a point, I'm going to argue my point.
I know y'all. I'm going
to debate my side.
Look, I know y'all know me on this podcast. I know we've talked offline. We cool, but I don't do debates. Like, there's just certain things where I'm just not. There's no debating. Like, even if it's gonna happen or it ain't. And if we got to argue about it, if it becomes a situation like that, it ain't worth it. Like,
right. Yeah,
the $250 for the hotel room that night, I got it. Like, don't worry about it. It ain't coming on no credit card. It's coming right out my checking account. You ain't got to see it. You won't know that it exists. It happened. Right. I am taking care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not debating about it. And I don't feel like they're just some things we just can't debate, And it's like, I'm not getting into that kind of an argument, that kind of a situation. Like, and if you're going to be upset about the fact that I'm taking care of my kids, then there's actually a bigger issue here. Like,
she ain't upset you taking care of your kids, John. She upset you taking care of your kid's mother.
I mean, I'm not taking care of my kids.
That goes with it, though.
I know. That's what they gonna say. That's what they gonna say. They ain't gonna say, oh, you taking care of your kids, because that's about an argument. You can't fight against me taking care of my kids. But if you say, oh, they gonna be with her, then they gonna argue.
These the same women who think that men should be paying child support, but don't want you to pay child support.
it logically make it make sense. So you're right. I'm with you. I make it make sense. But that would be the argument. It will be. It's not that you're taking care of your kids. It's that you're taking care of your kids' mama. And I don't like that heifer. And so no, you can't pay for her hotel and that. And like you said, I'm not paying for her hotel. I'm paying for my kids' hotel.
Right.
And their mama just happens to be there because you don't want me to go over there. So where my kids gonna go?
Right. I mean, it's just I need it to make sense, and it doesn't make sense if we have to have an argument about something that is not that ain't really worth arguing over. Like, they got to stay somewhere. If you don't want them to stay here, then we need to figure it out. Like,
I'm with you wholeheartedly. It's not worth the argument. And even in the situation where I was mentioning, it's not that, like Mike said, it's not that her word is gold or my word is gold. But, and like you said, there will need to be an explanation to go behind it. If you say no, she can't stay here, or no, they can't stay here. Okay, give me your reasoning why. I ain't gotta go back and forth with you. But at least give me your reasoning why. Out of respect, let me know why, so that way I can feel comfortable knowing. Okay, well, your reasoning why is because you just don't like her. You petty, but fine. Okay, whatever.
She gonna have a headache that day.
But I mean, my thing is, if you petty, and you don't like her, whatever, you just rather her be out in the street, whatever, that's fine. Okay, I respected that day, but that at least I know why. It's not just like she says no for the hell of it. And I just, and I just roll with it because she say no. Like, give me your reasoning, and okay, well, I respect that because everybody got an opinion. So if that's your if your reason is your opinion, all right, I respect it. I ain't gotta like it, but I respect it.
And I believe in debate. I mean, everybody's household is different, but I know that my wife and I have grown tremendously from debates, whether they were natural, even easy debates, or whether they were heated argument, throwdown debates. We've grown a lot from each of them, So I will say that much.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna do it. I don't like tension between me and my wife. I don't like when she got tension. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So when debating ain't my thing. It just ain't.
You just be like, who the f- you talking to?
There you go. That's how Donnell run his house. That's exactly how Donnell run his house.
Hold on. Watch all the free movies.
Let me call it. Let me call her real quick.
Hey, look. I got all the free time in the world.
Your ass watching them Tubi. You watching Tubi movies.
He the ones hating on Dietrich Haddon because he ain't getting no ass shaking on him.
Right. Oh shoot!
Yo,
if you ever get a free moment, hey, man code. Nah, ain't no man code. Just it's a piece of advice. If you ever need some free time, just pick an argument.
Either that or go in the bathroom and just...
That's not long enough.
You're right. It ain't long enough. I mean, I could be in there for a long time, but it ain't long enough.
They were in one of these groups I'm in. Somebody had put out there in the meme. Are people really mad that the wife is mad? Like, really?
That's the whole time.
Is she give you the Is if she give you the silent treatment? Are you really mad?
I'd be like, oh well.
Yo, that's our time. Yo, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Millionaire Man Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Make sure y'all tune in each and every Tuesday. Y'all can go back and rewatch on YouTube. Subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. John got to make sure he finish up his drink. Never mind. John got to make sure he finish up his drink. Hey, Wabette, John is on his way upstairs. He is on his way upstairs. Run.
Get ready.